Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to learn how to create document on Google Docs from JotForm submission. So let's suppose I'm running a business and I want to create appointment document automatically in my Google Docs as soon as I receive a new form submission from JotForm. Doing this manually will consume a lot of my time, so I've completely automated this process. And to do this automation, I'm going to use Pabbly Connect. So Pabbly Connect is an amazing automation and integration software which requires no coding or programming skills. Here I just need to build connection between JotForm and Google Docs. With the help of Pabbly Connect, I am going to build this connection in such a way that whenever I am going to receive a new form submission in JotForm, automatically a document will be created, a personalized and customized document will be created in my Google Docs. Now if you want to learn the step-by-step process, then let me take you all to my screen. Here I have created an automation workflow where I have built connection between JotForm and Google Docs with the help of Pabbly Connect, and now we are quickly going to check this once whether it is working fine or not. So here I have opened my Google Drive folder. I have opened the template. This is the template which I've created to create the personalized and the customized documents, and this is the form. Now you will see as soon as I do this form submission, all the details will be created and added to this folder which I have created. I'm quickly going to do this form submission with all the dummy details. So here I have entered all the details. My name is latest user. My email address is latest@pabblytudes.com. My time slot is afternoon. The date is 8 August, and then I have added my address and the phone number. I am quickly going to click on this complete registration, and here the form submission has been done. As soon as I do this form submission, I should have created a Google document. I am quickly going to open my Google Drive, and this is the folder which I have created, and you can see that in no time we have created this document. And if I open this, we have done the form submission for this latest user, and the latest user has been replaced with a field which I have created in my template, and you can see all the details have been replaced. The date which we added was 8 August, and then you can see the time slot also here, which is afternoon. So this is how this automation workflow is going to run. And now to learn how to create this, let's start creating this from the beginning. So in this video, we are going to see how we can create Google document on JotForm submission. And to do this automation, I am going to use an amazing automation software which is Pabbly Connect. So this is the landing page of Pabbly, and you can visit this simply by typing pabbly.com in your browser. And now after browsing this website, we need to sign in to our Pabbly account. But before we sign in, let me quickly take you towards Pabbly community. So you can join this Pabbly community to connect with business owners, Pabbly support team. You can share tips, ask questions, and get quick solutions to your automation challenges. You can stay updated on new features and collaborate with thousands of users who help and support each other every day. Now, if you want to learn how you can join this community, then please check out the link given in the description. Let's move back towards Pabbly. Now, after browsing this website, we need to sign in to our Pabbly account. On the top right corner, you can see two options, sign in and sign up for free. If you are an existing user, click on the sign in, and if you are a new user, click on the sign up for free, and this will give you 100 tasks free on monthly basis. As I'm an existing user, I'll go with the sign in. And here all Pabbly apps page has appeared, which is showing me all the Pabbly applications. I'm going to click on this Pabbly Connect Access Now. And here it has taken me towards this dashboard where I will be able to find all my workflows over here and all the folders which I have created over here. Now, if you want to create a new folder, simply click on this plus icon, and from here you can create a new folder. For now, I want to create a new workflow, for which I need to click on this create workflow button, and here I have to select my workflow builder. We have this new beta, which is modern, faster and more flexible one, and then we have this classic, which is a stable and a familiar approach. I'm going to select the classic, and then I need to name this workflow. So let's say the name of this workflow is create a document on Google Docs from JotForm submission. And now I need to select my folder. So these are the folders which have been created, and here I'm going to select it as Forms Automation and then click on Create. So here workflow created successfully. As soon as I click on Create, two boxes have appeared in front of me. One is Trigger, other is Action. So trigger says when this happens, and action says do this. So trigger is basically an event which starts the automation of a workflow. There can be only one trigger step in a workflow, but as many as action steps as you want. Here in this workflow, I want to create a document on JotForm submission, which means whenever I'm going to receive a new form submission in JotForm, automatically a Google document will be created, which means a customized and a personalized document will be created based on the form submission, which means whenever I'm going to receive a new form submission in JotForm, this complete workflow here will get triggered, because trigger says when this happens. So when I'm going to receive a new form submission in JotForm and then action says do this, then create a document in Google Doc. So here in my trigger application, I will be taking JotForm, and then in my action application, I will be taking Google Docs. So here in my trigger application, let me quickly take JotForm. And in my trigger event, I'm going to take this new response. Now I need to make connection between Pabbly Connect and JotForm, for which a webhook URL is provided to me. And this webhook URL is going to act as a bridge to connect my JotForm with Pabbly Connect. So reading this help desk, I'm going to build this connection, and to make this connection, let me open my JotForm account. So this is my account, and these are the forms which have been created. I'm going to use this appointment registration template. So I'm going to click on this edit form. And you can see this is the appointment registration form. We have the name, email address, time slot, date, address, and the phone number. Now here on the top where you can see all these options, I'm going to open the settings. Now as soon as I open the settings, on the left hand side where you can see all these options, we have to go towards the integrations. Here we have to search for webhooks, and then we simply need to click on this edit integration. We have to remove this previously existing webhook URL of this form in this form, and then I'm going to go back towards my Pabbly Connect workflow, copy this webhook URL which we are provided in this workflow, and then simply paste that webhook URL over here. If you want, you can click on this add new webhook, and both of your webhooks will remain in the same form. So after adding this webhook, I'm simply going to click on this complete integration, and let's wait, and the integration is ready. You have successfully created your integration. I'm going to click on this finish, and then I'm going to go back towards my workflow, and if I scroll down, I can see this waiting for the webhook response, and under this it is written, now log into the application where you have added the webhook URL and do test submission so that the data can be recorded here in the webhook response. Now this means, so as to get the webhook response in this workflow, we need to do a test submission, which means we need to do the form submission in JotForm in this particular form where we have created this integration by adding the webhook URL. So the form is appointment registration form, and I am going to copy the link to this form. So for that, I have clicked on this publish, and over here I am provided the link to this form. I am going to copy the link. I am going to open this form in a new tab, and I'm going to do the form submission. Now here, as soon as I do this form submission, I should receive all the details here in this workflow, and this is going to show us the connection setup which we have created, that is working fine or not. So if I do this form submission and I capture the response, this means the setup is completely working fine. I'm going to open this form, and I'm going to fill some dummy details in all these fields. So now here I have filled some dummy details. My name is new user. Email address is new123@pabblytudes.com. Time slot is morning. Date is 29th August 2025. Then the address is Old Street, the city is Bhopal, state is MP, and then I have added the pin code, country, and my phone number. I'm simply going to click on this complete registration, and here the form submission has been done. Now here, as soon as I've done this form submission, I should receive this form submission response in my workflow. So I'm quickly going to open my workflow now. And here we can see that we have captured response say just 12 seconds ago, which means as soon as we have done this form submission. So if I scroll down, I can see all the details, the area code, the phone number, the date, the time slot, state, pin code, country, city, address, the email address as new123@pabblytudes.com, and the name as new user. So here, as soon as I've done this form submission, I have captured that response here in this workflow, and this shows the connection setup which we have created between Pabbly Connect and JotForm. That is working fine. And now whenever there will be new form submission in JotForm, I will start capturing that response here in this workflow. Now moving on towards the next step, whenever there is a new form submission, I want to create a document in Google Docs. So here in my action application, I'm quickly going to take Google Docs. And in my action event, I am going to select it as create document from template. Now I am going to click on this connect. So if you have an existing connection, go with save. If you don't have one, click on this add new connection and then click on this sign in with Google. Here we need to choose the account with which we have logged in our Google Docs. And after choosing that account, we simply need to click on this allow to grant away the permission. Now your data is completely safe with Pabbly Connect, so you can do this. And here Google Docs is connected with Pabbly Connect, and now I have to enter these details. So here we have to first select the template document. Now I have created a template in my Google Docs. Let me open my Google Docs, and this is the template. So here I have written dear, and then I have added the curly braces. I have added the client name and then curly braces close. So in this way, we are going to create a customized and a personalized Google document for each new form submission. I have created this first variable, custom variable, and then I have added the second custom variable and the third custom variable. Dear client name, thank you for booking a therapy session with us. Below are the details of the appointment, schedule date, time slot. Your mental and emotional well-being are our top priorities. If you have any questions before your session, feel free to reach out to us at this number. Looking forward to seeing you soon. Stay calm and take care. Warm regards, the therapy care team. So this is the template which I have created, and I'm going to select the same template in this drop down. So the name of my template is appointment, which I've created in Google Docs, and I have selected the same template document. Now over here I'm going to select this new document's name. So here I'm going to map the name which I have received in my JotForm submission. Over here I'm not going to enter this document name manually, otherwise this field will become static, and every time I receive a new response, the name of the document will remain same and not change. So that's why we are going to map this. Now as soon as I click on this field, you will see this JotForm, and when I click on this, you will be able to find all the response which we have received from there. Now here I'm going to map the name, and the name was new. And then I'm going to map the last name also, which was user. Now over here mapping is important so that every time you receive a new response, it is taken into consideration in this field. Manually entering the data will make this field static, and the information will not change even if you have received the new response. Over here, if I manually enter any detail, this field will become static, and every time I receive a new response, the result will not change. So as to keep this field dynamic, we use this process mapping instead of manually entering the details. Now here I need to select this new document location, and for this I'm going to open my Google Drive. So this is my Google Drive account. I have created a folder by the name appointment. So I'm going to open this, and you will see as soon as we execute this workflow, this document will be created and saved in this drive. So for that, I'm going to enter this new documents location. I'm going to click on this, and over here I have all these folders. The name of my folder which I've created is appointment. So I have selected the same folder appointment, and then you can see that we have all the fields which we have created, the dynamic fields which we want to enter in this template have appeared here. First one was client name, second was appointment date, and the third was time. Here you can see these are the same fields. So I'm going to go back towards my workflow, and then again I'm going to map all these details so that whenever I receive a new response, these details change with the new details. So here the client name was new user, and then the appointment date was 29 August 2025, and the time slot was morning. So I'm going to map this. Here, after entering all the details, I have entered the document's location, document's name. I have selected a template document and entered all the value to the variables. I'm simply going to click on save and send test request, and you will see a document will be created in my Google Docs. So let's wait for the response here now quickly. And here we have received the response in no time. I'm quickly going to open my Google Drive in the folder which I have created. I'm going to search for this document whether it is there or not, and here we can see that without any second I have received this response. So if I open this document, you can see the details have been replaced. Dear new user, this was the name of the client. This was the date which they have selected. This was their time slot, and it has been automatically replaced in this template. So now to summarize, we took JotForm as a trigger application where we made connection with Pabbly Connect. We have done the form submission. We have received that response here in this workflow, and then we want to create a customized Google document in Google Docs. So we took action application as Google Docs. We selected the template and then we created this document. Now what you can do, you can save this document. You can share this document with the help of Google Drive or with the help of Gmail. So we have successfully created automation between JotForm and Google Docs with the help of Pabbly Connect. I hope you like this video. Thanks for watching.
Not only these applications, but you can integrate many more applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now if you have any doubt, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any query, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issue, you can visit the website given over here. Also, if you find our videos helpful, do share it with your friends and like and subscribe to our channel.